Hey guys, welcome back from episode 2 of preparing the new garage, preparing it to be in my workshop basically, my new workshop. What we're gonna do today, before I move any other equipment in here, any bikes on my tools and all the other shit, I need some working benches. That's probably the main thing I need, and I want to build them across them two walls over here, this wall over there and halfway through there, because there's like a side entrance over there. So I want the bench starting more or less over here, go over there one, and the other one kind of going all the way to this corner here, so it's like a corner bench working space. And yeah, you can buy benches, you can buy ready wooden benches of many different suppliers, you know, eBay and some other, you know, woodworking facilities and all that stuff. And I believe they're very good quality benches. They cost about £150, going obviously way more than that. I think that's probably not a bad deal. That's probably a pretty good deal, because the timber alone costs near enough this much, and then you got all the labor that go to it, and these benches come, you know, pre-built or, you know, flat packed, whatever. I just need to put it back together. That's a pretty good option, but that kind of seems lazy to me. Well, not lazy, the other way around. Maybe I like doing things, you know, I like doing things my own. Plus, when I build them here myself in this little corner, they'll be exactly like I want them. They'll be to my specifications, to my height, with, you know, length over there. They will fit exactly what I want them to fit, which is over there. I have a plan in my head how I wanted to do it, and I'm used to working on a very specific height as well, doing my airbrushing, pinstriping, or any other things. You know, I want my benches slightly taller than they are being sold, you know, ready-made. And I reckon I can probably have it done slightly cheaper than I would have to buy them ready-made. Obviously, you know, it requires some work, but I reckon I can make them cheaper. For the purpose of this exercise and nothing else, I'm gonna keep all the bills, which I don't usually do, and we're gonna summarize in the end of the day how much I'm gonna spend for the timber, all the screws, fixing brackets, and everything else I need to buy to make my two benches ready over here. And then we're gonna compare them against an average bench we can find online, and see whether I can save some money, or am I just being a fool for making myself work too hard. We'll see. Well, that's today's episode. Let me do some shopping. I'll be right back. Right guys, so after the wood, I've got the screws, and I also got a banging head-end from last night. So I'm not sure how well that's gonna go today, but apologies, I'm not gonna talk right now much and explain what I'm doing. While I go ahead, I'm just gonna put the music on and get on with it. We're gonna review it in the end of the video, or maybe some other day when I feel a little bit better. Self-inflicted, nothing sorry for me. Right, let's build some benches. Right guys, so that's a frame ready. Is it perfect? No, it's far from perfect. But it's square everywhere, and that's the main thing. Yeah. Before everybody slays me, I'm not a woodworking specialist, far from it. And I'm using what I can over here. I'm using my gym bench, working out bench, as a workbench at the moment, because there's nothing in this garage. That's why the benches is the first thing I want to build. One over here, one over there, so it gives me a platform to work something on. It's horrible working without a working bench. It's a bit dark in here, electric's coming next. I want to put more sockets around here and lights, but benches I want to build first, so I can have a platform to work on anything else I'm going to do to this garage before we jump working on the bikes. So yeah, frame is ready for the first bench. I think we're going to do some legs. Let's do this. I tell you what, if you're hanging like a bitch, you can't beat good carrot juice with some rum in it. Fucking best hangover for the cure for the hangover. Cheers. That's better. Right, I'm gonna take a moment over here and explain to you what I'm doing and why I'm doing this. I'm cutting out legs right now, and I got 1, 2, 3, obviously 4 of them, but I'm gonna double them up. And the reason for that is, well, behind my thinking, this bench over here, that's gonna be my main working bench. I'm not gonna bother with the one that's gonna be behind me. I'm gonna do just a single leg, because it's not the main bench, it's just gonna be a bench to put shit on it, you know. But this, I wanna put my vise on, you know, and that's gonna be my main bench. I want it to be beef and heavy. And I'm gonna double them up. What I'm gonna do, cut them 2 pieces exactly the same. I'm gonna put some glue in the middle, and I'm gonna just put a couple of screws together just to hold it, you know, so the glue doesn't, you know, expand, you know, just to hold it like this. And this way, it's basically a cheap way of achieving 4x4 piece of wood. I've looked at the prices of 4x4s, and they are ridiculously expensive. I mean, that's 2x4. CLS was not actually 2x4, it's 1.5 by 2.5. What is it? 38mm by 89mm, yeah? So it's nearly 44 centimeters by 9 centimeters this way. And it's probably okay, but I want to double it up just to make it extra beef on the legs and the weight the whole bench down a little bit. So that's what I'm going to do. Single piece like this, 2.4 meter, cost £4, I think 60 or something like this. When 4x4, it costs you like 5 times as much for the same length, so it's just not cost effective for me anyway. I'm not building industrial quality bench, I'm building a bench for myself I'm going to use, and I'm happy with that solution. I'm going to save quite a bit of money on this, and gluing it, screwing it together, it's going to make it really steady base for it. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put some glue in the middle, screw it in, but first, carrot juice and rum. Thank you. I think that's good. Right, let's get back to work. So we've got a base for a table now. Pretty steady as it is, but obviously we're not building a table, we're building a workbench. I'm gonna brace it, button in the middle, brace the bottom, shelf, that'll become super steady hopefully. And then, yeah, we're gonna carry on. Cool. Right, now we're looking a little bit more like a bench and a little bit less like a table, which is the idea behind it. Braced it on the bottom, and the reason I've done it right on the bottom, I mean I left like a tiny little gap. I've seen a number of benches, they braced slightly off the floor or like halfway through for the shelf as well, but I don't know why, I dislike this idea, because that creates, if you brace it slightly higher, let's say over here, that creates this gap underneath for all the shit and dirt and whatever, you know, goes down there, and it's difficult to clean up under that bench. And it really narrows down the space what you can put over here, you know, like compressors, welders or something. Now I'm gonna make this shelf, it's off the floor, and I can put, you know, heavy equipment over here. And if I want to, I can put another shelf halfway through, and I got two shelves for placing, I don't know, drills, you know, or anything I want over there, some cases, wherever that goes. So that gives me option. I don't know why many manufacturers start halfway through or like, you know, off the ground. I mean, I'm not going to keep anything underneath the bench on the floor, so I might as well do it this way. As I said, another reason why I wanted to build the bench to my own specifications. Right, the main frame construction is done. It's pretty solid. What I'm going to do right now, put another beam across here for extra support, and I'm going to start working on these ones so I can make like a workspace, top space on for my bench. Simple as that. Happy days, guys. Happy days. We get in there. Right guys, so the bench is nearly ready. I'm quite happy how it came out so far. Main thing is solid as you like it, even freestanding, not fixed to the wall or any other thing. It's very solid, can't move it around, and it's quite heavy, which is what you want in a workbench. It's the right height for what I'm used to, for what I like to working on. I don't want it any lower, because then you end up crouching your back all the time working, you know, lower. So this is good. This is good. I'm happy with that. One last thing I need to do is put a worktop on it. The reason behind it is, obviously, that will get fucked. That will get very quickly fucked. It's a soft wood in the end of the day. It would get very quickly, you know, paint on it. That's not a problem, but you know, I'll be welding on it, I'll be drilling on it, I'll be fucking about with it. And replacing this is going to be more difficult than replacing worktop. But what I've got in mind over here, obviously ideally I want to put a steel top on it so it becomes a welding table, and steel is just pretty much bulletproof. But it's quite pricey having a steel shit like this, you know, 3mm thick, ideally what you want. It is quite pricey. Eventually in the future I will upgrade to that, but what I've got right now is right over here, and I think it's gonna work. It's gonna work for now, maybe for a year, maybe for two. Time will tell. Let me show you. Right, so what I've got here, it's a shower kind of boarding, waterproof shower panels, if you like. What I got it from is my beautiful girlfriend was upgrading her shower some time ago, and she have left over a few boards like this. There's one over here, and I got a couple more over there on the other side, these white pieces. And what it is, don't know if you can see it in this light. Once again, I've got only one light bulb running over here. Electrics are coming soon, so apologies for the bad light. What it is, it's a glued piece of wood. Basically, it's obviously waterproof, but it's very hard wearing. It's pretty much scratch proof. I tried that, and it's very hard surface, and best of all, it's very smooth. It's one piece. And I kind of designed this bench to be, well, the dimensions of it to kind of match this board, because I got the whole board over here in one piece. I thought might as well use it, you know. It's a good working size, that is, and that's gonna fit on top of that just fine. And if that gets completely damaged and destroyed over the period of time, I can easily replace that, throw it away. I mean, that cost me nothing. That's just leftovers. It was here, cost me nothing. Why not use it? If it's gonna work, great, you know. If it's not gonna work, I'll replace it, upgrade it to a steel top in next few months. We'll see how that goes, you know. At the moment I'm a bit tight with money, so I'm gonna use what I've got, and I think that's a pretty good solution. Let me fit it in, and we'll see how it goes. Right guys, so bench number one, the main bench, my main bench, the heavy duty bench, is ready. It's completed. I might give it a lick of some kind of wood oil later on. Probably not needed because it's indoors, I don't know, doesn't matter. Mechanically, physically, the bench is ready, and I couldn't be any more happy with it. It's solid, there's no wobble to it, nothing whatsoever. I was thinking to attach it to the wall, like for the back frame, kind of drill to the bricks and put a couple of plugs, you know, heavy duty bolts in there just to keep it secure. But I don't think it's necessary. I think it's gonna be just fine as it is. Time will tell, you know, if I put a vise on it and it gives me a bit of, you know, extra strength, then I might as well attach it to the wall. But at this stage it's as good as. Right guys, so bench is all done. That's enough for today's video. That took me probably 3-4 hours in the morning, then I had a bit of a break, another 3 hours probably. Well, let's take it, let's say a day, you know, a working day to do this, you know. I'm not a woodworking expert, I don't have woodworking tools. There are a few things I would probably could benefit from, but so far so good. Happy with the outcome, you know. 6-7 hours of work, probably could be quicker if you know what you're doing. But that's it. If you like this video and if you like this project, join me in part 2. I'm going to show you again step by step. I'm going to bench over here. It's going to be less heavy duty. The main difference is I'm not going to double the legs. I'm not going to bother with that. I'm going to build it over here, and after that, in the end of part 2, I'm going to give it a bit of materials, exactly how much that cost me for the timber and the screws, all the hardware and everything else, and we're going to compare it against couple of benches we can find online. I'm going to go for the average price, not going to go for the super cheap ones, not going to go top of the range fucking fancy ones. I'm going to go in between, more or less same quality what it is over here, and we're going to see how much money we can actually save doing it ourselves. But the money, as I said, wasn't concerned. My main concern was to make it to my spec, to my height, and to fit my working space that I've got over here. Quite limited, but it's still it's a working space. Anyway guys, thank you very much for watching. Apologies for the light. Electrics and lightning coming very soon to this place, but until then we need to work in half in the twilight zone. Until then guys, thank you very much for watching. Rock hard, have a beer, and I'll see you very soon.